My name's Philip. I'm an addict. I've been clean and sober for 17 days now. So I went to a rehab program. I was there for 16 days, and it was amazing. It's what I needed. I'm so glad that I made the decision to go. How it went basically was, it was a Monday. I think it was the 20th or the 21st. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe earlier than that, but it was a Monday, and I was talking to my dad, and he found this place in Tucson, Arizona, which is about a 2-hour drive from where I live at in Phoenix. So I don't technically live in Phoenix. I live in a suburb of Phoenix called Mesa. Now, Mesa's to the southeast of Phoenix, more off to the east, a little bit south. And Tucson is way south from Phoenix and Mesa. It's very far down south, about a 2-hour drive south. So my dad found this place in Tucson and said they accepted my insurance for detox and for the rehab program. I was having a lot of problems. I was having an issue finding a program that accepted my insurance but also would accept me for detox. So the thing with detox is, the issue I was running into with a lot of these places was I wasn't showing enough symptoms of withdrawal symptoms to be admitted into a detox here in Phoenix, which, is what it is. But it was a real problem. So every place I was trying to find here in Phoenix was saying that they would not be able to accept me into detox because of insurance reasons. And so then what they told me then was, well, you're going to have to be clean and sober for at least 7 days before we can admit you into the rehabilitation program itself, which is it's different. Detox. So here's how my detox went. I showed up on Monday night. I signed all the paperwork electronically that I needed to be admitted to detox, and all the legal stuff that needed to be done. So from Monday to Thursday, I was in detox, and there was no homework to speak of at all in detox. Pretty cool. It was a room with 3 beds. There was 2 TVs. I had my own TV. Had a remote. It wasn't bad, but it was a lot of nothing. It was a lot of just sitting around and laying there. And as I said, I wasn't exhibiting any symptoms of withdrawals, acute withdrawal symptoms. So, by Tuesday, I was ready to go to the other side of the program, which is the actual program. In detox, they made us wear smocks. The little the surface grip socks that are beige, that they give in hospitals. But we got fed. We got fed 3 square meals a day, and we got these electrolyte packets that we could pour into our water. These little powdery packets that we could dump into our water bottles that they gave to us to replenish our electrolytes. Since most of us had lost a lot of that and just needed to, again, detox to get our bodies back to some sort of normal baseline. Thursday afternoon around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I went over to the program side of the rehab. The program side, we did a good wear to clothes, our clothes. Now, this shirt in particular, I wouldn't have been able to wear. I didn't even bring it with. I just pulled it out of the closet, something to put on. Nothing triggering about this. It's horror. It's not alcohol or drugs. So, for me at this point, I'm fine wearing it because it doesn't promote alcohol or drugs at all. And as I said, I've been clean and sober from drugs and alcohol for 17 days now. I'm on day 17, so 16 days. Working on day 17 right now. The guys I met in the rehab part of the program will never forget these gentlemen. Talk about good writing material. And to answer your question, am I going to continue writing? Yes, I am. I found myself. I remembered once again who I was. I said, oh, hey, there you are, Phil. Good to see you again. Good to see you, buddy. I missed you. I really did miss you. So we had homework assignments. We went to class for 5 hours a day. We had it was staggered, so we had like breakfast, a class, another class, lunch, another class, dinner, and then a final class during the day. We had meds in the morning, meds in the evening. I didn't take afternoon meds, so I just went to the med station in the morning and at the end of the night before I fell asleep. Lots of amazing stuff. In our classes, we were handed out packets each time, so that we could look back at the material that we learned, which I think is amazing. And I have all those packets with me. I saved them all, put them in my little red folder, my name and room number on it. Excuse me, I put that on there just to make sure if it ever was, I accidentally left it behind, then someone would know, oh, hey, this is Phil's folder. It's room 234. Easy peasy. Take it right back to room 234 and drop it off and Phil will have it again. Yeah, I miss the guys. I do. I miss a lot of the guys there. However, there was 80 swinging dicks in the men's side of the detox facility. I'm sorry, the rehab facility. Detox was about 20, 30 guys. Kind of sad. I only saw, from when I was in detox, I only saw about maybe 4 or 5 of those guys that were there in detox come over to the rehab program. Some people go to the detox to just for detox. They don't want to be part of the program. By the way, I got this. This is an Orion vape bar. This one's called Rainbow Drops. I'm trying to see if you can see it, but it's kind of hard. Anyway, not marijuana, nicotine. I love the taste on this one. This is my favorite vape bar, nicotine vape bar that I've ever found. It's disposable, $22.50 per bar. I got it from this place called Old Pueblo Vape in Tucson. It was like a vape shop. vape lounge, as they call it. But my dad ordered it for me and my mom. My mom ordered me one. My dad and my stepmom ordered me three, because they were so proud of me for checking myself in. Yes, my dad did find the place and he recommended I go, but I wasn't forced to go there. Just so that's clear and made known. I wanted to go. There was something in me at the point that said, I need to do this. I told everybody I'm going to rehab, and I did. I went to rehab. I didn't finish the program. I didn't complete and graduate from the program. And to that, I'll say that there is no clockwork orange. Human beings are all on a different pace. There's a bell curve. Some are above it, some are below it. For some that are below it, it takes longer. The average is about 30 days. If I'm above it, which I believe I am, not saying I am for sure, I don't know that, but I do believe that to be true. It took me, was it 15 days? You know, it took me 15 days, so half the program time. They say, don't leave until a miracle happens. Or as I would say it, don't leave until it clicks.
Okay, I found this on the web, for they say don't leave until the miracle happens, or as I would say it, don't leave until...
Sorry about that. Siri decided to get involved there for a minute. For me, the miracle in a nutshell, or what clicked, was that I don't ever have to pick up ever again. I don't ever have to use drugs or alcohol ever again. I don't have to. I don't have to. And for me, it was such a moment of freedom, of liberation from this disease. It's an illness, it's a disease. The alcoholism, the drugism, the ism part. You know, I've been clean and sober now, like I said, for 17 days. I'm going to kind of repeat that here and there. So sorry if I'm repeating myself, if it's I keep saying it. I'm very proud of it now. I'm not going to feel ashamed or embarrassed or like, well, I don't need to say this. It's not important. It's everything. It's everything to me right now. And will continue to be everything. I have to be selfish for myself in my recovery. You know, I have to set healthy boundaries. I have to use the tools I was given for relapse prevention. And just keep working. Fail to plan to fail. So I have a plan. So my plan now is to continue to hit meetings every day. Probably more than one, probably at least two meetings each and every day. I'm also going to do what's called intensive outpatient, IOP. Intensive outpatient means that I still show up for these meetings that would be in a detox, or the rehab programs here in Phoenix, I'll go to them, but since I'm intensive outpatient, it means I don't have the meals there with them. I eat on my own, and at the end of the night, I come back to my house. I don't have a room in the rehab facility. I don't stay the night in the rehab facility and wake up there in the morning. I get to come back home and see my pup dogs at the end of the night, and I get to see them here in the morning, spend time with them. So another thing is that I will always make I statements, or me, because this is about me, and the second I start to say you, it's not a healthy thing for me as an addict. Now, I might slip and say, like, you know what I mean? I know what I mean. And let me illustrate that. Let me show that to you. It's not about proving anything necessarily, but it's about making up for lost time. I lost a lot of time, and I caused a lot of damage to friends and family, people who really care and love about me. And no more. Never again. I can get that time back by now, in this moment, and continuing to be every day that I'm alive. Working on my sobriety, working on my rehabbing myself from those old thought patterns and behaviors, attitudes, to again, to illustrate that this is who I am. This is who I've always been. I just lost myself for a while there. I would say since 2019. Pockets before that here and there, for about 3-4 months in 2018. Prior to 2018, I didn't touch alcohol. It wasn't an issue. I smoked weed, and that was it, you know. And I know for myself, weed can be something that's not an issue, but it's pricey. It's a costly medicine. And by that I mean, if I smoke a lot of it, I'm gonna run out of it fast. And if I run out of it fast, I'm gonna want to buy more. I don't need to buy more. I'm going to want to buy more. However, setting boundaries for myself. Last night I smoked one hit. I took one puff from the cannabis thing, and from the pipe, from the bubbler. I have. I'll show it to you guys here. Doesn't really matter. It's not. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway. Fine. I'm not tempted to smoke right now. In fact, a healthy boundary for me is that I don't need to smoke every day. I don't need to smoke at all, in fact. But on occasion, in the evenings, after the entire day is done, I've finished all my chores. I've worked my ass off the entire day. The day is done. I've finished and completed all my tasks. Then, on occasion, I might take a puff, and that's it, a puff. I don't see. That's the beauty of if you have a low tolerance for anything, and you keep that tolerance low, you'll never need more. That's what's referred to as a normie or a normal person. I'm normal with cannabis. It's not. I was already kind of on that path because I just didn't have the money the past year or so, probably even longer than that, but I just didn't have the money to smoke like Wiz Khalifa anymore. So I had to learn to be frugal with the cannabis I did have and that I do have now. And it's a beautiful thing because it's about where I'm at with things, you know. And if I'm at a place with cannabis where I know that I don't need it, it's not something that's required of me to be good or to be okay, to be content within, then it doesn't have a hold on me. It's not the monkey on the back of my arm grabbing me. I need it. No, I don't. I don't need it. It's a beautiful thing. I don't even need it every day. It's not a ritual. It's just on occasion, you know, here and there. If it feels like, you know, smoke a puff, have a puff of weed off the bubbler, it's okay. It's all right. I look at cannabis as medicine. Tylenol is a drug. Advil, ibuprofen, those are drugs. People take those daily. Aspirin, people take that for their blood, for healthy hearts or whatever, I guess. But it's a drug. I take psychiatric drugs prescribed by a psychiatrist. Those are drugs. They're not narcotics. They're mood stabilizers, antipsychotics, and antidepressants. And I feel that cannabis is of the same category. It's not something that I'm doing to escape. It's something that I enjoy, like having a glass of wine sometimes after dinner. And they've proven that's a healthy thing. You have one glass of wine, or even less than one glass of wine on occasion, after your meal, after your dinner time meal. It's actually good for your heart. It's healthy. So, I went and I got what I needed. Like I said, it clicked. It clicked, and I don't ever have to use drugs or alcohol ever again. As far as the drugs go, I'm not gonna, I was using meth, and commonly referred to as G these days, G, or the clear. I always called it G. G was kind of the common street term now. Just so you know, complete transparency, it was something I was doing every couple of weeks. Thank God I didn't get so addicted to it or fiend for it that I sought it out every day. For some reason, I was able to maintain doing that, kind of more or less dabbling with it, as the term is referred to, dabbling. But dabbling with meth is still way too much. It's meth. Never done it before in my life. First time I did it was about 7 months ago. At that point, 7 months ago, I did it once, went over a couple months, kept kind of popping up because of the people I was surrounding myself with, negative influences, and they had it, and it was a temptation. It was like, hey, can I get a little bit on the house, or here's $5-10. At the time, that juice was worth the squeeze. So that's what I did. Don't ever have to do that ever again. Don't want to. Don't even want to. Have no desire for that. I'm done with it. I don't have to use it ever again. I don't have to drink alcohol. I don't have to drink beer ever again. And I feel amazing the way I am right now. Clean and sober. Clear-headed. Ready to work. I'm going to leave you with this. Don't worry, I'll be back. But I wanted to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove. H to the O-V. I used to move snowflakes by the O-Z. I guess even back then you could call me R-O-C of the Z. I don't know how it goes, but anyway. I'll leave you with this. You know what I heard about Lady Luck? She hangs out with those who work the hardest. Glad to be back. I feel like Mr. Rogers. Won't you be my friend? Because I'm ready to be your friend. And I know there was moments where I was. And I think those of you who saw what I was going through, that I was in the throes of my addiction, were just hoping, praying, if you will, or just putting that positive energy into my life, that I would be okay, that I would be able to find sanctity of mind and live content within my own life, to be good with who I am, because I know who I am again. I found myself once more, and I'm not saying I'm an awesome person, but I love myself. I really do love myself. My higher power adores me. Loves me so much, wants to see the best for me, wants to see me live a happy, healthy life. And I'm grateful today, grateful to be alive, to be breathing air as a clean, sober human being, as a man who's ready to keep working his ass off, and to just keep grinding, man. To not stop, keep going. And I want to say happy 4th of July to all of y'all. Independence Day here in America, United States of America. Hope you all have a great day. I beg of you to stay safe. Be safe, have fun, but don't drive if you're drinking. If you're drinking, don't drive. If you do drugs, don't drive. I'm not here to judge you if you do either one. Some people can do that. And even those who really shouldn't be, it's not my place to tell you. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you're not in this world to live up to mine. My name's Paul, and that's between y'all. Or my name's Bennett, and I ain't in it. So it's none of my business what you do with your life. I just hope that you're safe and that you're happy, and that everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. I had a friend, I won't say his name, anonymity. It's anonymous. Not trying to put anybody in danger or risk their lives by saying their names. But I had one friend, it was my roommate, and he'd say that to me a lot. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, dog. It's going to be all right. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this. And I pass that on to you. That was given to me, so I pass it on to you freely. All right, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. Be happy.